Last evening I ran a test to see if my lawnmower could grind up about 5 pounds of coiled steel and plastic drain pipe, and I guess the test was a success because it turns out the lawnmower won't grind it up. And so today my job was to fix it, and this is the result. And this video is an attempt to chronicle the story of fixing this 10-year-old John Deere mowing deck. So stand by. Good morning. Welcome to another Memphis Monday. Today we're going to do a little lawnmower repairs. Last evening somebody ran this mower over a big plastic and steel wire drainage tube in the yard. I think he had a gray mustache, and anyway, it stopped the mower cold, and so there's bound to be some damage to the blades, and so we're going to assess the damage and make the repairs today. So get excited, let's knock off the chatter and get to work. First thing we have to do is take this 48-inch mower deck loose from underneath the mower. If you try to work on these blades or this mower deck any other way, you're backing up. So let's get down there and see what we got ourselves into. Theoretically, you can take these, take this deck off without very many tools. It's just got those little keeper pins hanging from the, or stuck through those pins there, and then there's a similar deal up front. So it hangs from the front, and then it's got 4 attachment points in the back. So let's see if we can get those pins out and get this baby off. This kind of stuff is probably pretty easy, you know, if you do it all the time. But if you're an amateur, you got to be careful not to mess something up. Okay, it's the other side. And here's the front clip. Okay, what I got is those pins right there. The deck is kind of got those wedged into place just from the weight of the deck hanging from it. So what I do, and I don't know if this is standard practice or not, but if I can find it again, is get a pry bar and put it under the deck. Where's my pry bar? Right here. And just lift up on that deck. You can see that deck moving, and that'll take the weight off those brackets, and they should come right off. Yep, that took the weight off. There we go. What I do is, when I take that belt off, is, even though I've had this mower for 10 years, I still make me a little schematic of which way the belt goes, because to me it's confusing. If everything is nominal, the only belt I should have to take off right here, and I think there's a little keeper on it, but is this front belt. So now all the other belts, so it's disconnected from the deal. So now, theoretically, all I have to do is pull this deck out. We're going to Memphisize this a little bit. I think the average guy just flip this thing over and see what's wrong with it, but I want to put it up on the workbench and take a look at it. So I'm going to make a real short knot here. Well, here's your damage, sport fans. That's a piece of drainage tubing that comes off a downspout, goes out in the yard, and I was mowing the grass yesterday and the mower sucked it up underneath, stopped her dead. I'm not even going to question whether or not those blades are damaged. Since I have the deck up here to work on, I'm just going to go ahead and replace those blades. They're about at least 2 years old right now anyway, so now's the time to do it. I don't know what these holes are really for, but they work perfect for putting a screwdriver down in there so that you can loosen these bolts. I don't know how guys change these blades just reaching up under the mower. That would be a nightmare. Can you imagine this mess? I never got this off in 100 years without this blade off. If one of our kids did this, we'd get all longhorn leghorn on them and give them a big lecture about being careful. But when we do it, we get all philosophical and make YouTube videos. Well, you don't have to say it. I'll say it for you. This sure is a lot of trouble to go to change 3 blades on an old mower. Now the theory is I'm going to pressure wash this thing, and then it's going to dry while I'm going to buy the blades. Well, we're off to get the blades. We'll be getting 3 blades, and while we're at it, I'm going to try to find some paint, some industrial strength, or even Rust-Oleum, if I can find it, that's roughly the right color. But if I can't find the right color, I can put anything under there. But I think we'll try. Tractor Supply first. This is the blade. This is the blade we need. Let's hope they have them. Well, there's the blades we need. These 48 inchers. Need 4 of them, 3 of them. Well, there's some oil. We'll do a little oil change. There are the new blades. In addition to that, I got a slow leak in one of my tires. I'm going to put some of this Fix-A-Flat in it. And I bought a couple of cans of this Rust-Oleum. It's called Rust Reformer. It's supposed to... it instantly converts rust to a back into paint. Now you believe that, don't you? It was originally yellow under here, but I don't think it matters. I'm going to paint it. This Rust-Oleum Rust Reformer instantly converts rust to a protective paintable surface. So that's what I'm going to use. Well, getting down to it, I already chased these threads, so they're all cleaned out. I put tape over this so that there wouldn't be any paint on this mating surface here. I don't know if this is a good idea, but I put some of this thick grease between the blade and this holder here. Kind of keep rust from building up in there is the theory, but they were kind of hard to get off today, so maybe that's a bad idea. Maybe somebody will tell me. Well, alrighty then. I just turned that air conditioning off because the mechanic work's over, and we'll be back to woodworking. But we got the blades changed out, the deck repaired, even changed the oil. So I think we're back in business. Let's see if this bad boy will start. I'll see you next Monday.